The TDCCI Second Manipur Business Summit 2025. A big deal.
Huge. TDCCI, that's the Thoubal District Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Right. And they organized it jointly with NEDFI?
Northeastern Development Finance Corporation Limited, yeah. And Surve Financial Consultancy Private Limited.
And the scale, well, the participation was pretty remarkable.
It really was. Over 300 online registrants.
Wow. Compared to...
Just over 100 back in 2023, so a massive jump.
That's significant.
Yeah, they actually had to close registration. The hall capacity was reached.
Which just speaks volumes, doesn't it? About the interest, the need for gatherings like this.
Totally. It underscores that palpable demand for these kinds of platforms.
But okay, beyond the numbers, what was the real core purpose, the ambition behind it all?
Well, it seems like they were aiming for something quite holistic, celebrating ideas, honoring excellence.
Yielding partnerships?
Powerful partnerships, yes. And, crucially, nurturing that grassroots entrepreneurship.
So igniting innovation, building bridges between policy, purpose, progress.
Exactly. Supporting local businesses right from the ground up.
And you saw that engagement from the business community too, right? There was a memorandum.
Ready to be submitted to the dignitaries.
Shows that proactive stance.
Yeah.
Wanting dialogue.
Definitely. A desire for partnership with policymakers.
Speaking of policy, that brings us to a really powerful message from the summit. From the Superintendent of Police, Thoubal.
Yes. Emphasizing a foundational truth, really.
Heck is.
Business just cannot flourish without good law and order. Simple as that.
Such a crucial point.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I'll stick to my lane in this. I do not know much about business, enterprises, how to grow a business, what are the ideas. I am bereft of it. But I know one thing for sure, that without good law and order, the business community cannot flourish, be it in any state. I was told an anecdote. I remember that one of the chief ministers in a southern state had become the chief minister for the first time. It was a newly carved out state, not less than 2 decades back. So the first thing he wanted to know was how to make my state a flourishing business enterprise. So when he went around the world, and he went to Singapore, and there he was told that if you want to establish your state as one of the business hubs of the country, you need to invest firstly in law and order. That is why when he came back, they made new districts and decentralized the police force, funded the police force so much that now it is a shining beacon. I'm talking about the newly formed state of Telangana. Now, whenever we police officers go for any training, Telangana is up right at the top, be it cybercrime, be it they had a force called Greyhounds, which wiped out the entire Naxalism from the state of Telangana. So such initiatives, what they tell us is that without good law and order, you cannot have a thriving business community. As the Superintendent of Police Thoubal, I have witnessed firsthand that there are problems. I have put in about 8 or 9 years of service now in different districts of the state, and we are grappling with challenges. Pre-2023 was something else, and post-2023 is something else. We all understand how difficult it is for the business community to establish themselves or grow. We have a lot of unemployed youth churning out graduates every year. Different colleges are churning out graduates every year with little skill, and they end up not being welcomed by the market community because they do not possess the required skills. I have a daughter, I keep telling her, all your 10th, 12th, your graduation is not going to be of any importance. You have to develop a skill. It could be anything, a small skill. It could be coding, it could be painting, it could be repairing, it could be anything, but without skill, there will be no more jobs available. India is at this cusp of benefiting from various factors that are going on around the world. We know a lot of conflict is happening around the world, be it Israel-Palestine, be it Russia-Ukraine. The pressure on the Chinese government, especially after COVID, now people are talking about China plus one in the business community. What is China plus one? Plus one is India. So now we are at that cusp wherein the next 3 to 4 decades will define our future. And that next to 3 or 4 decades is our generation, the generation that we are from. For the next 30 or 40 years, we will define what India is going to be. But unfortunately for Manipur, we are caught up in things that could have been, avoided. If the people again come together, I'm sure Manipur would be a very, very prosperous state. The skill level available, especially educated youth, the teachers, the doctors, let me tell you, are the best in the country, There is no doubt about it. My family has been staying here since day one we have landed in Manipur, and when I tell my friends outside that, the doctors in Manipur are probably the best in the world, they don't believe me, but they have to come here to believe me. My parents got their surgeries done in Shija, and they are from Karnataka, is a state where there is a lot of great doctors, but they decided to do it here because they trust the doctors here. So that skill is available. Only thing that is missing is that the will of the people to say no to the elements that have held the entire state hostage. I know that you, being from the business community, have faced several extortion calls from within Manipur, as well as when we track them, we see that they are across the border as well in Myanmar in safe havens. And they are threatening the people and extorting money. We as police department, here in Thoubal, certain initiatives that we have taken, we have formed a SAFE, Special Action Force for extortion. For this, we have a dedicated team. I was taking a crime meeting just yesterday, and we have caught 96 people in this entire year who were involved in extortion. Bulk of those arrests have come in the last 35 to 40 days since we have established this special unit called SAFE. The other problem that we are facing, I had an informal discussion with the office bearers of TDCCI, wherein I informed them that we are making all-out efforts to catch these people. But since they are across the border, the calls come from there. Banking channels, mini ATMs are being utilized. SIM agents are giving fake SIM cards to people. They go to poor people, aged people who cannot understand what is going on with them. The SIM agents that we have arrested recently, the trick they follow is they go to various poor people, aged people, and they tell them that we are doing a verification drive for gas cylinder. We are doing a verification drive for PM Awas Yojana or schemes like that, for farmers scheme and all that. And they take their live picture, take SIM cards, not one but 10, deliver it to underground groups, and these people start making calls. When we get their customer application form from the service provider, it turns out to be some poor lady who has no business of extortion. Then we call that lady or the old guy. Generally, it's old people. And we call them, we make them buy a new SIM card in the same number and disable that SIM card. We have identified 250, one SIM agent has delivered 250 SIM cards. Now you can imagine the scale. So we had a lot of meetings with the police headquarters, and we are writing to service providers that all these numbers should be blacklisted. So a lot of effort is going on, from the police department side, there is, I don't want to jinx it, but there is a relatable peace right now. There is an environment where people can move around. With bandh blockades, the business community cannot survive. A lot of business enterprises would be such, for example, your dairy business. It cannot sustain if there is a band or a blockade for a very long time. Because the curd that is produced, the yogurt that is produced, the milk products that are produced has a shelf life. You have to sell that product within that time. So such business can only flourish when there is a good law and order. I request the youth, the business community people, that you should interact with the police. Please trust us. We will do the right thing. There is a fear, I understand. I understand that, and it is rightly so. In some cases, I'm not going to sit here and defend some of the wrong things that happen in government departments, but at the same time, you have to trust us. You have to trust us. You have to take that chance. One more success story I would like to tell. There is some government, I will not take names here, but some government entity, they paid the money for extortion. About 2 lakh rupees they paid. We were successful in recovering that money. So we recovered that money and we are giving back that money to them. So how were we able to do this? Because we tracked the banking channels. Because coming and getting cash delivered is a very risky business. They know that police are after them. So it's a risky thing to do. And with 96 arrests just in Thoubal, imagine the number of arrests that have happened in other places. So they know that there is a risk. So they are using formal banking channels, mini ATMs, unregulated mini ATMs. All these Xerox centers have turned themselves into mini ATMs. So these people are transacting money and sending across. So we are able to identify those bank accounts, freeze those bank accounts, and make sure that the extortion money, even if it is extorted, and if we have enough evidence, we are able to block that money. So we have had a lot of meetings with the banking professionals also, and they're very, very, very helpful. They are forthcoming. So my request to you is, please approach the police in any difficulty that you have, any small, big threats. If you want to stay anonymous, I understand. We have a helpline number, and we will circulate it also. Please try to give us the information of the phone number that is extorting money, or the bank account if you have paid the money for extortion, so that we can backtrack it and then seize it. This is what we can do. If you're brave enough, do complain. And I request people to come forward, be brave enough to complain. I was just giving a random number. I was saying that in the district of Thoubal, all the teachers have received extortion calls, all the doctors have received extortion calls, government employees from MSPDCL have received extortion calls. The only set of government employees who don't receive extortion calls are the police. Other than that, everybody receives the extortion calls. Be brave to complain. Why? Because you imagine the scale. If 1,000 people are getting extortion calls, do you really think that the underground elements or these miscreants, some of them are not even a proper underground element. They just know that somebody is paying us easy money, they make the call. So try to discourage it. If you complain, what happens is the evidence is stronger. The person we arrest will stay in the jail for longer. If there is only an input-based operation where a person is caught, he'll be released in 3 months. Unless if he is caught with a weapon. If he's caught with a weapon, then we can book him under Arms Act and he'll be in jail for a longer time. If he's caught with arms, our DC madam has been very, very kind to us, and we have sent 9 people under NSA just in the past 2 months since ma'am has taken charge. 9 people under NSA we have booked. NSA means they'll not be out of jail for 1 year. So these are the initiatives that we are taking from our side to make all you young entrepreneurs to bring out your potential, your ideas, and give the unemployed youth an opportunity to grow, to sustain themselves, so that they don't get attracted to the elements that are anti-society or anti-nation. Right? This is all from my side. And if you want to note down the phone number of the SAFE or the anti-extortion cell that we have here, this is just restricted to Thoubal. Doesn't matter, even if you're from Imphal, you give us a call. All the SPs, we are in sync with each other. We have devised techniques to arrest the same person in different cases and try to keep him in the jail longer. If you want to note down this number, I'll just end my speech with this. I'll just dictate the number. If anybody is interested, please do take it and do report any such crimes that you want to report. The number is 60. I'll start again. 60 09 09 0066. I'll repeat. 60 09 09 0066. Just for confirmation, last time 60 09 09 0066. With this, I'll end my speech, and I also would like to thank the TDCCI for having invited me so that at least now you know my face, you know me. Don't ever feel hesitate to approach the senior officers, or like I'm sitting in my office. I have a quarter here. I stay there. Anybody who wants to meet formally, informally, you're most welcome. And we can definitely have a discussion on any problems that you face other than this regular routine problems. Any policing problems you face, we are there to assist you, and we are there to help you. Thank you. Jai Hind.